What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Central, and today we are going to recap the game that happened last night where the Knicks unfortunately lost 122 to 108 to the Dallas Mavericks, and we kind of expected this loss, though, to be honest, considering all the injuries at this point that have happened with this team, and it's beyond infuriating. Brunson with the ankle sprain, and then Hartenstein ended up leaving this game as well, so it left the Knicks with a 7-man rotation by the end of this game, so this was definitely going to be a tough game regardless. So we're going to talk about it. Before we do, leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Knicks fans, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live. But let's talk about this. And this was just annoying. Like I said, I mean, the Knicks kept it close. So that is a positive that you could take away. That they kept this game very close considering the fact that Dallas is fully healthy pretty much. And the Knicks are just not even close. And Donte DiVincenzo, though, you got to give the man credit that he balled out despite having no help pretty much around him. I know Deuce had a solid game. I know that Hart had a solid game as well in terms of the points and everything. But, you know, Donte DiVincenzo, who has just been unbelievable. He went 7 out of 12 from downtown. He was unbelievable. And he was a 50% from the field as well. So he was just... He continues to ball out. He has been so good over this recent stretch. Now that he's getting more opportunity and more minutes, he's been stepping up. He's been stepping up big, and he's been averaging, I'm pretty sure, like 28 points a game or something over this recent stretch here between all the injuries, with him getting more time and with him kind of being forced to be the one to really get the points for this team right now. So Donte DiVincenzo, you got to love what you're seeing from him. Precious Achiuwa, he had a solid game as well. I mean, like, you look up and down and everybody pretty much has a solid game outside of course, Taj Gibson, who, you know, we love him, and the contract's ending, which, you know, it'd be cool to have him back for the vibes, but he didn't really provide much, unfortunately. He just did cardio out there. There's really no sugarcoating it. Playing 22 minutes over that a little bit, and didn't put up a single point. I mean, he was a +8. He was the only one that was on the positive side in terms of the defense. So I guess you got to give him credit there. He had 4 rebounds, which isn't bad. Jacob Toppin couldn't get a lot of minutes despite a 7-man rotation for some reason. Would have liked to have seen more from him. He ends with only 2 rebounds, and he ends with 2 points. And then you have Deuce, like I said, he had a solid night. Hart had a solid night, both with over 20 points. Both of them really contributing, especially with Josh Hart on the glass with 10 rebounds. Precious Achiuwa had 16. Those two have definitely been stepping up big in terms of the injury bug as well, especially Precious Achiuwa, who I'm not going to lie, he pissed me off the first few games of him here, and he's kind of just been getting better as the games have went along. But like I said, I mean, the Knicks kept this very close, all things considered, in terms of just the way that this went. Like, after the first quarter, they weren't down by much. It was 28 to 22. After the second quarter, they kept it close still there. They kept it close pretty much the whole way through. And, you know, the fourth quarter, they outscored Dallas 37-35. But again, it wasn't enough. They tried to claw their way back in. But when you have guys having to play as many minutes, like Precious Achiuwa playing 40 minutes, you have DiVincenzo playing 43, you have Deuce playing 45, it was going to be hard to win this game. And then Isaiah Hartenstein going down didn't make it any easier, who had 10 points from the few minutes that he played. He only played 15 minutes, so who knows what he would have finished with in terms of point production. And then obviously they miss him on the boards, and just his defense in general, making more of a statement there and holding things down. But again, there's really not much to say other than it was going to be hard to win this game regardless. So that's really all I got. And I apologize that I don't have more of an in-depth reaction. One, this is my first time doing this, so I'm definitely a little rusty with this, and I will get better as they go along. And then on top of that, I couldn't watch the game last night too much. That's what happens when you're obligated to do 4 YouTube channels now. Now I have 4 YouTube channels, so that's what happens. It's going to be difficult to manage all 4, but I'm going to do my best. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on this game. I'm sure that everyone's feeling the same, where it's kind of like a little victory in a way, in terms of just feeling like, all right, well, they kept it close against a really good Dallas Mavericks team, and this team is very injured. It's hard to assess it's hard to break down this game too when you just have so many injuries here and you don't know what's going to come going forward in terms of, I mean, we know that they're going to be healthier and it's going to help. And then tomorrow they're going to have their new acquisitions in Burks and Bogdanovich. That should help out the team in terms of the points and scoring off the bench as well. And then, as long as they play better defense, that should help as well. Hopefully Brunson could maybe play tomorrow as well, but they might not force it. I'm not sure if they're going to force him to play tomorrow because they do play Indiana, which is kind of a big game, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. And then in terms of injury updates, OG had the surgery, so who knows when he's going to return. They said like a 3-week timetable, which is honestly good news considering how it could have been, how much worse, plus the All-Star break in there. So they kind of lucked out with that. Randall's going to be back at some point. I want these guys healthy come playoff time, more importantly, because this team will make the playoffs. It's just going to be a matter of how far they could go. So the regular season, it's kind of, it's kind of hard to assess in terms of that situation there. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this game in the comment section down below. Would love to hear from you guys. Don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you guys are new. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live. And yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow against Indiana. So see you guys then. Let's go Knicks.